always, I've got a few things to share. And while I sort of try and organize all that and get it out clearly, do all the things, right? Grounded, balanced, centered. Right? If you need to look around one more time, do that. But then it's onto your mat, into your body. And that might include some movement. Maybe rolling the shoulders, the wrists, wiggle into your seat one more time. Yeah. If there's anything you need me to know, would like me to know, you can always pop it in the chat. And before I go too far, the last couple classes I taught on Zoom, the connection dropped out a few times. So there's a good chance it happens again today. If it does, please just keep going, right? I'll come right back in. If we're in a pose, stay in a pose. If we're moving, complete the movement. Right? And if it ends up being longer than a pose or two, just stay in your practice and I'll make my way back if I need to. Cool. So again, grounded, balanced. So it might include a shift forward and back or side to side. And centered, right? As you turn inwards, start to focus on breathing. So eventually, as we organize and drop into our practice, the breath is through the nose. Yeah. We all know each other, you guys know that. So start to set that breathing pattern. In and out through the nose, deep, full, complete, smooth, all these great words we use to describe the breath in our yoga practice, encouraged by the abdomen expanding, contracting, right? Diaphragm drawing down and doming up. Having gathered and collected our senses, we turn them inwards. Like our friend Ryan likes to say, get collected, get connected. I've learned over the last few decades that anytime there's coincidence or synchronicity, to pay a little bit more attention, maybe. And on Wednesday in class, I shared one of my favorite Rumi quotes or poems, teachings. Cecily wasn't in class, she had no idea. And then yesterday she posted for me on social media and just happened to share the same quote. A little synchronicity there. And then Ryan has turned me on to a newsletter that shares the teachings of Hazrat Inayat Khan, who's another Sufi mystic like Rumi. And the messages were just way too similar to ignore. So I want to share both of those teachings with you. And maybe it's a thread that we can pull through our practice. And the Rumi teaching, you heard it on Wednesday if you were here, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Maybe again, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And for me, those barriers are the tension, the discomfort, the cognitive dissonance, the judgments, the self-limiting beliefs, the willful ignorance. All of these things are products of the mind. Hopefully we know this by now. It's all rooted in the mind. But they show up in the body physically, emotionally, energetically. So often the physical suffering, the distractions from joints or organs or muscles, not always, but often the product of these barriers. So when we become aware of these things and we work on them with our practice, we're doing exactly what Rumi suggested we do. And the teaching from Inayat Khan that came through this morning many seek protection from all hurting influences by building some wall around themselves. But the canopy over the earth is so high that a wall cannot be built high enough. And the only thing one can do is to live in the midst of it all, in harmonious influences, to strengthen his willpower and to bear all things, yet keeping the fineness of character and a nobleness of manner together with an ever-living heart. Just keep breathing and listening and feeling. Hear what you hear, feel what you feel. I want to offer that again, mainly for myself. Many seek protection from all hurting influences by building some wall around themselves. But the canopy over the earth is so high that a wall cannot be built high enough. And the only thing one can do is to live in the midst of all inharmonious influences, to strengthen her willpower and to bear all things, yet keeping the fineness of character and a nobleness of manner together with an ever-living heart. Both these mystics see and point to the barriers and the walls that we've built within ourselves. All we need to do to maybe connect to these fractures is to look out in the world. We see them reflected. Right? We've built walls between each other, between different groups, between different cultures and societies, different segments of each society. We're fractured and suffering because of it. And that didn't come first. The barriers, the walls within did. And then we built a world in that spirit. And I really believe, and these teachings point to, when that work is done within, when we heal these fractures and tear down these walls, and unite all the levels of our consciousness and being within ourselves, then and only then will that be reflected out in the world. And know that even a small measure of that healing, of that work, will bring light to the world around you. And this maybe is all we can do. Just let that land wherever it needs to. Maybe reorganize the seat a little more grounded, a little more balanced, a little more centered. And as as the mind rebels against its subjugation, just keep turning to the breathing. Again and again and again. Fall away from that conversation in the mind. And go a little bit deeper to get a little bit higher. Maybe it's time to bring the hands together. The thumbs the center of the chest. Lift the heart to meet them. And drop the chin. A little bit more, maybe. As I said, maybe it's time to bring the hands together. I thought of that amazing track that Lady Gaga put out with Bradley Cooper. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. A few moments here to set intention. Maybe something was sparked by the offerings from those Sufi mystics. Or maybe you came with something really clear, maybe. Make that clear now. And if you're inclined, of course, turn to the God or Goddess of your own understanding and offer it up as prayer. Know that you are in good company. We have satsang here. You have support. And energy to lean on in this journey home. Let's send all that out. The sound of 3 hOMe. Wherever you are, exhale, go all the way to empty. We'll take a unified breath, a full breath in. Maybe a little pause, and then again a complete breath out every time, all the way empty. Join us if you like, let it wash over you if you need. Inhale, 3 hOMes. Stay in that vibration as long as you need. Maybe all the way through your practice. When you're ready, we're going to sit a little bit longer. So maybe you reorganize your seat, get comfortable again, wake the legs up if they fell asleep. I imagine most of you, if you're in BC or Vancouver, you've noticed that the air isn't so great. And what we also need to understand is that that environment might also exist within us, within the lungs, if we've been outside and breathed in any of that smoke, that ash. So this is where the practice of Kapalabhati comes in handy. It's kind of what it's for. Is anyone unfamiliar with Kapalabhati? Little wave? Do I need to talk us through it a little? Okay, cool. So for everyone's benefit, It's often taught as a pranayama, but it's actually a kriya, which a cleansing technique, right? It's an active exhale, an active sharp exhale, and a passive inhale. And what it does is works to clear not just the lungs, but the airways, the esophagus, the sinuses, the nostrils, especially the lower part of the lungs. Really important, because that's where this heavier stuff ends up sitting. So if we're not clearing that out, then it can cause some real issues, especially in a period where serious respiratory illness is going around. We want to keep the lungs healthy and clear and open. Pregnant, blood pressure issues, glaucoma, heart issues, maybe skip this, take it very easy, just sit and breathe or do what you need. Not a full body rock, right? We're working to just get the abdomen going, right? So sounds like the abdomen is sharply moving towards the spine, and then just let the abdomen go. Really good idea. Have a tissue handy maybe. We're just going to do one round. Yeah? One round, 54 exhales. I'll give you a moment to go grab the Kleenex if you need to. 54 exhales. Okay? I'm going to trust you to count. If you don't want to count, you can just stop when I stop. If you need to stop before, if you get lightheaded or dizzy, let it go. If you want to keep going, keep going. Yeah? I usually do 108. But 54 will be good for today. Just one round. We'll set ourselves up really clearly. Grounded, balanced, centered. Right? Shoulders rolled, head planted neatly on top. Hands on the thighs, the knees, space for the rib cage. And we'll just take 3 deep breaths here together, so go all the way to empty. We'll take a full breath in, expanding all the way around, lifting, topping up, pausing, and then as you exhale, it's abdomen in, diaphragm up, pour the breath all the way out, go to empty. Do that twice more. Full, smooth breath in. Smooth, complete exhale, breath all the way out. One more breath like that together. Exhale completely. If you need to, just keep doing that. Otherwise, Kapalabhati, 54 exhales. Inhale to begin. All the way to empty, maybe a longer pause here, all the way back to full, maybe a longer pause there, and then from this, once you get the breath clear again, maybe we turn directly to that Ujjayi breath. Regulate the breath back of the throat. Longest inhale possible. Pause for 2 or 3 or 4. A complete, smooth, slow exhale. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Abdomen in, diaphragm up. Get to empty. Pause there. Bandha practice if you have it. When you're ready, back to full. Smooth, easy, complete breath. Find your deep Ujjayi rhythm. appreciate the clarity, the lightness, the shine that we get from that Kriya. Kapalabhati translates as skull shining. Maybe your skull's a little shinier. Helps if you shave your head. With this breath, in this rhythm, riding these waves, we're going to meet standing in Tadasana. And I want to give you a couple minutes if you need to get there. Wake the legs up. Child's pose, cat-cow, down dog, squat, forward fold. What do you need? What's the journey from here to Tadasana look like for you today? And you might just pop right up. And even when you get to your feet, you might still need to walk or bop or swing or dance. And if you're good, if you're ready, right, just set the shape. Yeah, don't worry about me, I'm not doing it. Right? So eventually you're at the top of your mat, feet planted, right? They can be apart, of course they can. At times I will encourage you to bring them together. You get to choose always. Cecily told me this morning that if you don't choose, you give me the permission to choose for you. We don't want to do that. You never know what I'm going to try and get away with. So you choose, you're in choice. Feet planted, maybe they're together. Wherever they are, the toes are spread, the weight is balanced. There's a dynamic, energetic connection to earth. Push down into that to lift. Grip the quadriceps to lift the kneecaps. Plug the tail, level the pelvis to lift the rib cage. Right? Roll the shoulders, lift the upper back to lengthen the spine, lift the back at the top of the head. Right? And this energy, all this energy of ours, we're not sending it outwards. It's not a Care Bear countdown. We're turning it inwards. So maybe you glue the hands beside the legs to seal that energy. At the very least, it keeps you from fixing your hair and scratching your butt. Right? Perfect. We're all there, Tadasana, mountain pose, just a few breaths. Right? It's not rigid, it's not hard, it's alive. So as you inhale, there's a lengthening, an expanding, a lifting. And as you exhale, don't collapse, but spiral inwards, energetically downwards. Empty the lungs completely. Think about the pauses in between for a moment. All the way to full. You don't have to, but maybe you stay here, you float here for a breath or two or three, or a count or two or three. When you're ready, go all the way to empty. Right? Keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Exhale more, touch the bottom where it's quiet and still. Be there. And then back to full. Maybe not your deepest breath, but a sustainable breath. And we'll move within it. Real simple vinyasas to check in with all the joints, the limbs, the spine. Exhale completely here, go all the way to empty. And then as you inhale, legs strong, spine long, float the arms up. Lift the arms, keep the head down, lace the fingers, turn the palms, press up. And as you exhale, simply release the arms all the way back down. We'll do that a few more times. Wait for your breath. Legs strong, spine long. Inhale, arms float up. Lift the ribs, drop the head, lace the fingers, press up. And as you exhale, you release your arms. They float all the way back down. Ribs stay lifted, legs stay strong. Twice more. Inhale, your arms lift to the side and up. Lace and press and stretch. And as you exhale, they release. Speed of the movement is dictated by the length of the breath. Be empty for a moment. Wait for the inhale. One more time. You and your breath. You exhale, you release. We'll slide the hands to the front of the thighs. Head stays down, tail stays plugged. Inhale, the arms lift forward. Head stays down, straight up, keep the front ribs in. Maybe the arms go back, stretch the armpits a little. And then as you exhale, Simply release the arms forward and down. Twice more like that. Inhale, arms float forward and up. All the way full and be here. Really stretch, reach higher, and then as you exhale, release. At the bottom, exhale more, be there. One more time like that. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, wave them back down. The mechanics of this are relatively simple, so let this be about the breath. Slide the hands to the side of the legs. Right? Take a breath here. Let it go. Go right into those arm rotations, the shoulder medicine. Inhale, head stays down, arms lift up. Stretch here for a moment. As you exhale, soften the knees, arch a little, drop the hands, sweep the arms forward, shoulder height, palms up, spine upright, head down, empty. Inhale to the side, arms to the side and back up, lace and stretch at the top. And as we exhale, we release the arms forward again, palms down, shoulder height, sweep open, shoulder blades squeeze, arms go back, a little stretch. As you inhale, come forward again. Lift up, lace and stretch. Your exhale, you release your arms. Keep the legs strong though, your ribs lifted. Exhale more. 3 more like that. Follow your breath. Inhale, lift the arms. And as you exhale, soften, arch, drop the hands, sweep, long arms forward, spine upright, head down, empty. Wait for the inhale to take the arms back to the side and up. Lace and stretch the top. And as you exhale, release your arms forward. Sweep them open. Little bounce maybe. And come on back. Inhale. And lift. Stretch. Make it sing for a moment. And keep that song going. Don't let the legs go. Keep the spine electric. Release the arms, the chin, the breath. Again like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms to the side and up. Exhale, arms forward and open. Inhale, come on back. Exhale and release. The invitation is to one more round without me. You all know this. Follow your breath. Anytime you need to color outside the lines and explore a separate stream or a different corner, you're welcome to. And just keep coming back again and again and again to ground it, balance, center, deep ujjayi breath. Keep going down through the body. Inhale, arms lift again. Side and up, lace and press. This time bring the head to neutral, look forward. And as you exhale, tip to the right. Pushing the hips left shoulder back. Just touch the pose for a moment. And then inhale back up to center. Lift, lift, lift. And as you exhale, tip to the left. Right shoulder stays back. Go to empty, touch it, and then come back to center. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Again to the right as you exhale. This time you stay. 2 breaths. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, go a little bit deeper. Right? Your breath. One more here. All the way out. Wait for your inhale, come back to center. Inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, tip to the left. Counterbalance, push the hips right. Keep the right shoulder back. You might just go a little ways. You might go further. These 2 breaths might take you a bit deeper. One more here. Lengthen as you inhale. Deepen as you exhale. And then inhale, come on back up, nice and smooth. Lift, lift, lift. And as you exhale, release the arm. Stand in that for a breath. Feel the sensation in the waist and the side body. And keep opening those spaces up. Move down into the legs. So it will help, right, as you sit into these chairs that aren't actually there, to have the feet together. It allows the knees to squeeze together when you sit down, creates a bit more stability, but again, the feet can be apart. Exhale completely here, go all the way to empty. And again, as you inhale, lift the arms to the side and up. Lace and press, keep the head down, and then as you exhale, bend the knees, squeeze them, and sit. You might just sit a little bit. Maybe with a couple breaths, you can sit a little bit deeper, maybe not. I want you to find your depth, and that might involve rocking back and forth, or shifting side to side, a little bounce maybe. Knees squeezing, feet active, heels pressing, toes spread. Lift the navel, lift the heart, stretch the arms, take them back. Exhale completely. Pulse a couple times. As you inhale, straighten the legs, press up, lengthen. And as you exhale, sit all the way back down. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Again like that. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, sit back down. And this time stay, 2 breaths. Lift the heart, stretch the arms, take them back. Exhale completely. One more breath here, full breath in. Complete breath out. And inhale, stretch all the way up, straighten the legs. Exhale, nice and easy, drop the arm. Take a moment here. Right? Inwards. Right? Find the heartbeat. It's going a bit faster. Be there as it settles and regulate. Keep breathing. Trace it out to the pulses, and the wrists, and the throat, and the belly, and the ankle. Travel the channels in between. And if this interoception, if this inner awareness is difficult, or you're not finding these things, know that you've come up against these barriers that Rumi was pointing to. And just be patient. Keep breathing. Keep shining the light of your awareness inwardly. That light will dispel the darkness. Beautiful. Top of the mat. We'll start folding and walking around a little bit. Surya Namaskar A. Any modifications, any variations, you want to skip the push-ups, add extra push-ups in, go to child's pose anytime, handstands, always welcome. Right? You do you, follow your breath. Right? A few rounds here. Right? Exhale completely, go all the way to empty. And as you inhale, again we're lifting the arms, but this time we're spiraling the palms towards each other. Maybe we look up, stretch. And as you exhale, keep the strong legs and the long spine and tip forward, fold. Whatever you need to do to bring the hands down, bend the knees, drop the head if necessary. Inhale, shift the weight forward to the hands. We step or float or walk back, and as we exhale, we lower halfway or all the way. Wait for your inhale wherever you are, and lengthen, lift the front body within it. Go all the way to full, be there, no rush. And it's the exhale, your exhale, that sends the hips up and back, drop the head, down dog. First of a few. Yeah. First of a few. So if you need to play with it, play with it. If you don't need to play with it, don't play with it. Right? Hands are set, arms are straight and gripped. Feet are planted, legs are supportive, singing. Spine is long. Hips are as high, as far away from the wrist as possible. So you dance with it a bit, you play with it a bit, explore it. Listen to the feedback. Any discomfort or pain or dullness or darkness, you know that those are the barriers, the walls. That's where the work is. Focus there. Breathe there. Anytime you're resting, join us whenever you're ready. One more breath here. Full breath in. Complete breath out. On empty, soften the knees. Look forward as you inhale, travel. Step or float, both feet top of the mat. Lengthen as you rise. Same inhale. Fold as you exhale. Inhale, rise. Heart forward, arms out. Reach up, stretch. Exhale, release the arms, the chin, the breath. Stand tall, the legs are strong, the spine is long, empty. Again like that. Inhale, reach out, reach up. Be here at full for a moment. Your exhale, you fold. And use the strong legs, the long waist to fold deeper. Inhale, shift the weight forward into the hands. Set them, step or float. Lower halfway or all the way. Extra push-ups, no push-ups. You choose. Open up as you inhale, lengthen, lift the front body, cobra or upward facing dog. And as you exhale, slide back, lift the hips, press the heels, down dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ground. 2 more. See if at least one of these breaths can be clear without any fidgeting. 1 more. All the way empty. When you're ready, on empty, soften the knees, look forward, inhale to travel, step or float. Same inhale as you rise, shift the weight forward, look forward, fold as you exhale. Inhale all the way to the top. Reach out, reach up, and stretch here for a moment. Exhale, release the arms, not the ribs, keep them lifted. Release the chin, the breath. 1 more round just like that. You go, your breath. Reach up. And dive. Inhale to prepare. Step or float. Wait for the inhale patiently. Long breath, smooth movement within it. Be there for a moment. Float almost. And the exhale will cue you back. Lift you up, downward facing dog. Right? When the arms straighten here, the pose changes. Becomes a completely different thing. Almost becomes comfortable. Imagine that. Same with the legs. 1 more breath here. All the way out. When you're ready, step or float. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. And exhale, stand tall. There's no time out here. Stay with it. Outside the lines, and just be outside the lines fully. Realize what you're doing. Do it on purpose. Get it done. Come on back. And if you can resist the impulse or be a bit more patient, maybe you just stay. legs strong, waist long, shoulders back, spine electrified. Breath hypnotic almost, even intoxicating. We wouldn't want to skip that experience. We'll play a little bit. Yeah. Top of the mat, exhale completely, go all the way to empty. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, stretch. Exhale, dive forward and fold. Shift the weight forward as you inhale, plant the hands. You can skip the push-up, go straight to down dog, or do your thing, lower halfway or all. Open up, inhale. We'll meet you in down dog, exhale all the way back. Here's where we play. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. And I'd love to give you a couple breaths here to just explore the lengthening, the pushing of the hands, or maybe you open the hips, you could even bend the knee and circle it. Right? What kind of inquiry do you need? Right? Another breath maybe to come back to center. Inhale, really lengthen, drop that right hip. And as you exhale, we're rocking forward a little, knee towards the face, squeeze in. Again, up and back, inhale, press the floor away, stretch. And again, squeeze in, exhale, empty. One more time, up and back, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze in again, empty. Stay here for a moment for a breath. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, squeeze out. And then look forward and step the right foot to the right thumb. That might take a few steps, right? Fingertips tented. This is where maybe we use the blocks to create a bit of height and space. Yeah. Maybe scrub that left foot back a little bit. Get a bit longer. Make sure the feet are hips width. There. Nice long, squared, balanced, long lunge. Okay. Right knee forward, left heel back. Shoulders rolled, spine long. We'll pulse here. Exhale completely. As you inhale, drop the hips a little, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And as we exhale, straighten your right leg, lift the left heel, fold in, drop the head. Do that a few more times. Inhale, dropping the hips, right knee forward, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, lifting the left heel, straightening the right leg, drop the head, empty. Again like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, lift the hips, drop the head. All right. Inhale, come back to that long neutral lunge in the middle. Take a moment here to turn the left heel in. So ground that back foot, toes angled forward, right? Right hip back, left hip towards the top of the mat. Bent into the right leg, we're gonna stand up and build up this Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 shape. There's no rush. Tail plugs. Outer edge left foot pressing, left leg strong. Lift the rib cage, front ribs in. Lift the back body. Maybe the arms lift. Maybe we start to wrap the armpits forward and take the head back a little. That might let the palms come together. And then maybe you look up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Right? Most of you have heard me tell the story of Shiva bursting through the floor of the party he wasn't invited to, where his wife was set on fire, right? There's an energy here, right? An intense, strong, warrior energy to this pose. Don't be asleep. Yeah, feet planted, left leg strong, tail plugged. We're warm. You can lengthen and lift, stretch the arms. Right? You back off anytime you need. Listen to the breath. Yeah, don't build up new barriers. There you go. Exhale completely, full pose. Yeah, one more breath. Full breath in. Complete breath out. One more inhale, make it sing. Inhale. And as you exhale, hands to the floor, step back, do the push-up or go straight to down dog, child's pose. Maybe a great option. Right, do your thing. All the way back, downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here, so rest if you need, play if you like. Or maybe just stay and listen. Maybe some of these barriers have been broken down or removed or pushed back even. Appreciate that space. more breaths. Join us when you're ready if you're resting. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Other side, left leg lifts. Inhale. And again, you can just stay here and play with pushing the front of the mat away, lengthening the waist, stretching the back leg, or open the hips, bend the knees, circle a little. Right, what do you need? Another breath or two. Maybe come back to center, drop the left hip, lengthen through the left leg, inhale. And as you exhale, we're rocking forward, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale again, up and back, lengthen. When you're ready, exhale, you squeeze in, rocking forward, emptying it out. One more time, up and back, inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Stay here, one breath, inhale, puff up. Exhale, squeeze out. Look forward, left foot, left thumb. And just land for a moment. Blocks under the hands are a great thing. Maybe 10 fingers to create a bit more height. Lengthen maybe that right foot scrubs back a little. It's definitely on train tracks, on a tightrope feet. To center, stable, squared. Exhale completely, same pulse. Inhale, lengthen the right leg, drop the hips, lift the heart and the gaze. Exhale, lifting the hips, straighten the right leg, drop the head. Twice more. Inhale, lunging deep, look up. Exhale, rolling in, lift the hips, empty the breath. One more time like that. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to neutral, inhale. Take a breath or two to set that back foot. Turn the heel in, angle the toes forward. Left hip back, right hip turns in. Lunge into the right, left leg, stand up. And if the way is clear, right, then you go. Right? But maybe don't skip over the barriers, right? Don't skip over the work, right? It's always going to be there, and there's always going to be that bit of dissonance. So if balance isn't there, focus on the feet before the arms go up. If the right leg isn't awake, if it's not singing, then focus there. Notice if the pelvis has been tipped forward, the lower back arch exaggerated. And plug the tail, draw the front ribs in. Lift the rib cage, lift the shoulders, stretch the arms. Anywhere along that path, wherever you encounter the work, the walls, the barriers, stay, breathe. There you go. Moving towards that full shape today. Exhale completely, full breath in. Complete, smooth breath out. Last inhale, make it sing, full pose. And as you exhale, release the hands, frame the foot, step back and do your thing. Remember, you're in choice. And that choice can be different every time we flow through this sequence. Exhale. Down dog, child's pose, handstand. Two more breaths. Exhale. One. All the way in. Join us when you're ready. Soften the knees, look forward as you inhale, step or float, top of the mat. Lengthen as you rise, maybe feet together. Fold as you exhale. Bend the knees, squeeze them, sit down, inhale, lift the arms, Utkatasana. And as you exhale, stay in the seat. Just draw the thumbs down to the chest. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward. And as you exhale, we're taking the left elbow or maybe the left hand outside the right knee. The left knee will pop forward a little bit, that's fine. Inhale, drawing the right hip back, lifting the chest. Exhale, pushing your right hand into your left to twist a little bit deeper. 3 full breaths here. Inhale, lengthen, roll the shoulders. Exhale, turn a little bit more. 2 more breaths. One more, you can do it. All the way empty. The inhale brings you back to center. And right away, let's get it over with. Exhale, right right hand or right elbow outside left knee. Set that connection. Draw the left hip back, lift the heart as you inhale, and as you exhale, keep turning deeper. You can take the neck right out of it. You can look down. Maybe you look up, maybe the arms open. There's an arm balance here if you're inclined to play. Exhale completely. One more breath. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Inhale, nice and smooth and patient, back to center. And then we fold as we exhale. So straighten your legs and dive forward. Stay in a forward fold, okay, of your choice. The feet can be together. Maybe you grab the ankles or the calves, right? Or use blocks or a chair. Maybe you wrap the arms around the legs. Uttanasana. Maybe the feet come apart and with fingers you grab the big toes, right? Padangustasana. If and when you're ready, you might even step onto the palms. Padahastasana. And if you need it to be a bit more restorative, a bit more spacious, with the feet wide, the knees bent, maybe you grab opposite elbows and just hang out here for a few breaths. Your personalized medicine to do the work necessary. Rumi calls it love, what we're looking for. That's a great word. Maybe it's peace, maybe it's freedom, maybe it's oneness. These are the steps we're taking in that direction. And know that this work of clearing these barriers and these walls isn't just for you. There will be those that will follow you on this path. Every barrier, every wall that you remove or heal or break down shows others the way too. It's a great spirit to do this practice in. A few more breaths in your forward fold, as deep as you need to go. How about one more breath? More if you need. Full breath in. Complete breath out. And in your way, as you need to, we'll come all the way back up to standing. So it can be hands to hips, you can circle the arms overhead, you can walk the hands up the front body. Mindful of the lower back. Land top of the mat. Okay, not dull, not asleep. Not retreating again behind those walls. But staying forward, front and center. Awake, aware, present. Lit up, maybe even on fire. Stand in that. That circle is transformative. From the top of your mat, right, take a big step with maybe the right foot to face the side, nice wide stance. Yeah. Right away, left toes turn in slightly, right toes point out. Feet planted, legs stay straight and strong, ribs lift, arms float shoulder height. Looking out over the right fingers as you inhale. We're going to lengthen and reach out along that right leg, reaching at your edge. We're just releasing the right hand to the knee or the shin or the block or the floor. Maybe the left hand starts on the hip. Hips stay forward, shoulders stay back. Maybe the left arm goes up right away. You can look up, you can look forward, you can look down. Definitely looking inwards. So again, the feet, the legs straight and strong. If that means you lift a bit higher, then do that. Push the hips forward, lean back, it's behind you. If that lifts you higher, then lift higher. Use that top shoulder blade, the right shoulder blade into the back of the body to turn the chest towards the ceiling, get the rib cage turning. And then reaching up and looking up makes a lot more sense. Few full breaths here, wherever the work is. All the way empty. Keep breathing. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Use the exhale to turn deeper. One more breath here. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Looking down, grounded as you inhale. Come all the way back up. Release the arms if you like, or keep them. Switch the feet, other side. Right? So get your feet. Right? Set them, get the legs, get the spine again, the arms back if you lost them. And then wait for the next inhale to reach out along the left leg at your edge. Left hand lands where it lands. Right hand might start on the hip to get that shoulder action. Then ready to lean back a little bit. Left big toe mound pressing, outer edge right foot connected. Legs awake. Yeah, beautiful. Tail plug, front ribs in. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen. That's the journey, that's the path. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. A few more breaths like that. Two more. And how about one breath? All the way empty. Inhale, looking down, come all the way up. Hands to hips this time, left toes in. Right? Feet nice and wide. Blocks if you need them. Right? Legs strong, spine long. Inhale to find some lift, and you can play with this back bend here as long as you like. Eventually, as you exhale, you're going to fold forward. Right? And then when you can, you bring the hands to the floor. Listening to the body. So maybe you just stay in a halfway kind of lift, right? Shifting the weight forward so it's balancing the feet, seats in line with the heels. And instead of stretching, maybe you're strengthening, the legs are getting strong here, the spine is reaching forward. Maybe you stay in that. And if what you need is to create space and to release tension and to stretch a little, then maybe you go deeper. You walk the hands back, head towards the floor. Right? Lots of options here. Heads come down, maybe the feet go up. You grab the ankles of the feet like Seth has. Maybe even take the arms behind you. We've got a handful of breaths here. You got it. In this really simple, grounded shape, might be the perfect time to really focus on the breathing. Can you make the inhale longer? Can you exhale even more? About 3 more breaths. One. And if you found your work for the day, maybe you stay. Maybe the next inhale lengthens you forward. We're going to turn the forward fold into a squat. So in your way, heel toe the feet in. about as wide as the hips, and then squat down with the toes turned out. Whatever this process needs to look like for you, right? Honor the ankles and the knees, sit on blocks if you need. There can be some movement here, you can swing, you can bounce, you can rock, or maybe it's palms together, thumbs to heart. So good for us on so many levels, these squats. So maybe just stay here, and if you're inclined to play with arm balances, Bakasana crow, right? Whatever that turns into for you, you can do that now. Otherwise, just keep releasing the ankles, the knees, stretching the thighs, opening the hips. About 5 more breaths to stay or to play. How about 1 more breath? Exhale completely. And then from this squat, real simple, feet lands to the floor. Wrap the arms around the legs, bring the feet and the knees together, give yourself a bit of a squeeze here. And then we're going to turn forward again. So maybe just swing the feet around to the front of the mat. Maybe catch the back of the thighs and just walk the feet forward a little bit. Find that sweet spot, roll the shoulders, lift the chest. Yeah. You know where we're going. You can stay right here, or maybe float the feet. Yeah, any variations, right? You can have the hands behind you like Seth does, or hold the legs the whole time. Right? Maybe the feet lift higher. Right? Maybe they keep lifting. Right? Maybe you release the hands. You might even catch the big toes with the peace fingers. Breathe here. Right? Stay lifted. How about 1 more breath? Nice and high. Lift, lift, lift. And as you exhale, we're going to lower, but stay hovering maybe. Right? So lengthen and lower. Maybe balance on the sacrum, the lower back. You can stay here. You can let this nonsense go if you like. Or you can stay here, or maybe you lift back up, right? Come back up to that boat pose, and then go again low, right? We're rowing something, if that helps. Ram Dass's favorite song was Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Maybe do that, or this, in honor of him, and those teachings. Life is but a dream, right? And again, you can let it all go, or just hover a few more moments. You do you. Maybe when you're ready, I like to just let it all go and land. Little Shavasana preview. Yeah? And if you need a 25-minute Shavasana, then you stay. And you join in again whenever you're ready. Maybe bend the knees carefully, draw them into the chest, give yourself another squeeze, another hug. A little rock, a little roll, massage the spine a little. And then we'll bring the feet down to the floor when you're ready. Okay, heels as close to feet as you can. Okay, we'll pulse a little bit and then we'll hold 1 nice long back bend. Yeah? So feet planted, arms beside you, head straight. Exhale completely here, go all the way to empty. And as you inhale, push into the feet, into the shoulders, and peel the spine up off the floor. Lift the hips towards the sky or the ceiling. And as you exhale, roll yourself all the way back down. Right? Disc by disc, land the hips empty. And just do that a few more times. Your breath. Inhale, lifting the hips higher. Lift, 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 lift. And this time as you exhale, maybe you lower all the way, but maybe you keep the hips hovering just an inch. Wait for the inhale to lift again. Higher still, chest to chin, chin away from chest, push down, lift up. And as you exhale, you can lower all the way, or maybe just lower halfway, back off a little. Roll the thighs inwards, empty. And then again, inhale, lift up, higher still. And again, you can lower all the way down, or maybe just lower an inch or two. Roll the thighs in, hollow the groin for a moment. When you're ready, one more time up, inhale, lift, 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 lift. And then this time we roll all the way back down. Okay, land for a moment. There's your spine, that's what's going on, right? Check in with your energy levels. What do you need? Maybe you plant the hands by the ears and lift all the way up, Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. Maybe we keep the arms beside us and get into Setu Bandhasana, right? That low bridge. I really like one long back bend, especially at this point in my practice. So figure out where you're going, make your choice. You can shift at any time. When you're ready, lift up. In that low bridge, I mean, you guys know me, I really like those blocks under the sacrum for support. You can keep the block low and make this a bit more restorative, or turn the block high, get yourself wedged up at your edge, and hang out there. And again, there's real power to staying in these poses longer. If you're up in that bow, upward facing bow, arms straightening will go a long way to stability and longevity here. In that bridge pose, with or without the block, maybe you bend the elbows and catch the hips with the hands. Maybe you lace the fingers together underneath you. And again, stay. If you're inclined to stay, stay. Don't be so fickle. Don't let the mind run the show. If you need to come out, come out. But come back in again. Yeah. Any variations? You want to lift one leg and then the other. You can play with that stuff. There you go. If you're still in it, let's say 5 more breaths. Stay. If you're out, you want to come back in, plenty of time. Come on back. 5 more breaths. 4 more. 2. 1 more breath here. You can stay longer, of course you can. When you're ready, be cool about it, just lower all the way down. Don't run from it. Maybe take the feet a little bit wider, a little bit further away, drop the knees to touch each other. Make a little tent there, so the lower back lands. Let the nervous system feel that support. Sacrum, back of the head, grounded. Release a little bit here. Just keep breathing deep. And what do you need in response to what is now? It might be wiping the knees from side to side. It might be squeezing the knees in. Maybe the wiping side to side turns into a twist. Next time the legs to the right, maybe you stay there. Just a few breaths. Any organization you choose for the legs. If you've gone and stayed one way, make sure we go the other as well. Maybe come back to center and then go to the left. Don't let me rush you. Take a few more breaths here, and again, you can always catch up when we move on. So if you want to stay in these twists longer, or whatever you're working with, by all means. Maybe the next inhale, you come back to center. Right? Squeeze the knees in, give yourself a little hug. And then it might be nice to rock back and forth along the spine, so forward and back. right? And it can be just little rocking, or maybe the rocks get bigger, and the legs go overhead, the hips lift, maybe the feet come down, the seat lifts up, right? Maybe one or two more times back and forth. Maybe the next time you rock forward, you stay upright in the seat, extend both legs for a moment. And then what we're going to do here is bend the right leg, lift the knee, bring that right heel as close towards the seat as you can. And then we're going to drop the right knee out to the right. For me, with my old knee injury, I usually place a block outside the right knee, and I take the heel a little bit further away, so my foot's usually actually in my knee instead of the inner thigh, but maybe that heel draws right up into the groin. Okay? We want to turn a little bit, so the rib cage, the chest, the shoulders out along that left leg. And we actually play with this a little bit, maybe take the left hand wide, tent the fingers. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Inhaling, lengthen the right side of the body, and then as you exhale, reach the right hand for the outside of the left foot. Right? There, grab that. So that might help you create that bit of a twist. You can use the left hand to turn a little bit more. So we're pulling ourselves out over this left leg. Yeah? Spine stays long. Maybe take that left hand, cross it over top the right arm, grab the inner left foot. Right? Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen, bending the elbows to draw you deeper. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Right? So as we turn over the left leg and keep the length, eventually we are curling in and dropping the head towards the knee. Beautiful. Keeping that right side of the body long. Exhale, twisting deeper, folding deeper. You can correct the grip of the foot if you like, uncross the wrists eventually or not. Perfect. Take a few more breaths here. Use the inhale to lengthen. The exhale to deepen. How about another breath or two? Maybe just release the grip that you have, the foot, the ankle, and inhale, walk the hands up towards you, and come upright. Take the right hand out at an angle behind you from the right hip, right? Turn over onto that right knee, the top of the right foot, push into the left foot, the knee, the hand, and lift the hips up. Find this nice long line through the left side of the body. You can reach the left arm, catch the back of the head. Nice counter pose for that forward fold. A breath or two here. You can play a little bit. Roll the shoulder around. Maybe open up more towards the ceiling or the sky. All right. And then come on back. Lower the feet down. Turn forward again. Now this next bit is actually my preferred transition into pigeon pose. So keeping this right leg maybe where it is. Bend and lift the left knee, and then start to swing that left leg out behind you. And some of us like to stay with that left leg bent, the knee and the inner foot down. This is a great place to be. Yeah, it's a nice option for pigeon. Otherwise, keep that left leg going out behind you. A little bit of a shift to the hips, a turning of the torso forward as you come onto the top of that left leg. Really simple transition to pigeon pose. And so anywhere along that, I usually keep that left heel pretty close to my body. Right heel pretty close to my body to protect my knee. You can stay upright and breathe here. Right? Maybe support that right hip with a block or a pillow or a small furry animal. I don't know. Maybe you fold. Got a handful of breaths here. Make each one count. If there's any effort here, it's towards the longest, smoothest, fullest breath you've ever taken. peeling back layers. Breaking down those walls of dissonance, the judgment that leads to separation, the barriers we've built within ourselves to love. And like Inayat Khan said, there's no wall high enough to keep the world out. The effort is ultimately futile. It just creates more suffering. This practice taps into the strength that we need to be here, to be now, in the face of all that is, good or bad. Strong will, fineness of character, nobleness of manner. I like that. To me, those are the effects, the benefits of yoga. Strong willpower, fineness of character, nobleness of manner. Get complete here, this first side. And when you're ready, you don't need me to micromanage it, come back up. We'll simply swing that left leg forward again, so swing it around. Maybe take the hands behind you and straighten the right leg out. And take a moment here, a bit of a swing in the feet. The hip side to side. And then sitting upright again, legs together, bend the left leg, draw that heel in. Turn that knee out. Find the right placement for the left foot. Maybe support for the left knee. Same little trick to turn the body, right hand wide, tent the fingers. Maybe reach the left arm up as you inhale, find a little bit of extra length. And then use that length to reach for the outer right foot, even the right ankle. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, forehead, head towards the knee. Maybe now cross that right arm over the left and catch the inner foot. Keep using the breath. Bending of the elbows maybe to draw you deeper. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 3, 4, 5. Deep, full, supportive, nourishing breath. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall back asleep. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, draw deeper. Another breath or two. And when you're ready, nice and easy, release the grip. Walk the hands back, come upright, take the left hand out at an angle from the left hip. Turn a bit to the left, left knee down, top of the left foot down, push the right foot, lift the hips up, stretch and lengthen, reach to the right side of the body. You can do that a couple times. You can pulse down and up, or catch the back of the head, or turn the chest more towards the ceiling. What do you need? And then release, bring the seat back down, turn forward again, same little transition. Lift and bend the right knee, and the inner knee down, the inner edge of the right foot down, stay here, or keep swinging that right leg behind you. Turn the right hip in and down, top of the right leg. Wherever you need to be, a little support, a little length, the lift. Eventually maybe you fold in. Land, breathe. A few more breaths here. And this is it. This is the home stretch. So if you need more time here, then stay. Don't let me rush you, but when you're ready to emerge, lift back up. And we'll swing that right leg forward again. As we do that, maybe extend the left leg for a moment, hands behind you. Just take a moment here to wiggle into or out of what you just did. And at any point from here on out, you can go straight to Shavasana. But maybe we stay upright a little bit longer. So maybe you find that seat we started in. Support underneath you. Cross the legs maybe. Grounded, balanced center. Just turn to the breathing. I mentioned it earlier. I'm going to play it now. Hopefully you don't have to adjust your volume to receive this. But as you sit here, turn to the breathing. Any pranayama technique. And I read recently, even just awareness of breath, or awareness of breath, constant awareness of breath, is the most powerful pranayama technique. So maybe it's just that, or the box breath, or the Ujjayi pranayama. What do you need? Maybe just listen. Quiet mind, open heart. choice here is to stay or to make more shapes that you need, or to slide back into Shavasana. What do you need? If you're lying back, the feet, the arms are wide. We let gravity take us, the hips, the shoulders get heavy. The arms and the legs can really release. Let the spine go, let the head be heavy, let the eyes sink deeper. Let the jaw and the throat release, the breath go, and relax. Let the old ways die. They live in our bodies as tension, as stress, barriers. They need to be cleared out. Let them die. Once they do, then the ancient ways, the wise and ancient ways can come through. Try and find a measure of that here.